Hi, my name is Gina and my spouse has abandoned me.
Yes, I am not actually here right now.
Today we are going to be swatching 35 of Clionadh Cosmetics eyeshadows, including one of their multichromes from the Stained Glass collection. If you don't know anything about Clionadh, I strongly suggest you go check them out. Their link will be down below. They are a Toronto, Canada-based indie makeup company that hand mixes and hand presses their eyeshadows. They've recently have had a lot of growth through their Stained Glass multi-chrome collection, which they claim, and as far as I can tell it's true, is the largest collection of multi-chrome eyeshadows on the market. I made my first order from Clionadh back in July when they reopened their store after having been closed for a little while to catch up on orders. And I was not interested in the Stained Glass collection at the time for a lot of different reasons. But then I'm so fortunate because I have a friend on Instagram, Angela Mary Tanner. Maybe you've heard of her. She sent me one of her Stained Glass shadows for me to try out. And I've so far been having a really, really good time with it. And we're gonna swatch that for you today too. So with all of that said, let's go ahead and get started. First we have Salamander, which is a kind of a corally red shimmer shade, and it feels very different than the other ones, or the ones that we did for Sydney Grace. So just to give you a sense of what I'm doing. Imani comes with sound effects. I noticed that when I was editing the last one. I was like, man, how often did they do that? That's so lame. The next one we have is Prophecy, which is sort of similar to Salamander, but it's a bit more cool and a bit more pink.
Is it Prophecy?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sounded like halfway between privacy and prophecy. I wasn't sure what you were saying. They're pretty good.
Yeah. This is kind of a duochrome, so on Imani it's gonna, well, that doesn't have anything to do with it being a duochrome.
Sometimes when people have different skin tones, things show up on them differently. Okay. Right. No sound effect. No, I can't do that. There will be sound effects.
You can have sound effects if you want, just reserve the right to make fun of you.
Okay.
Utopia is another shimmer. It's a bright light pink, and it's kind of got like a purple base to it. I asked Imani to clean their fingers with rubbing alcohol this time in the hopes that it would dry their fingers out a bit, because if you watched our last swatch party video, they really struggled to swatch the mattes, and we think that's maybe partially because their skin's a little bit more moist than mine is.
You're gonna have people complaining about the use of the word moist.
I don't care.
Why do people hate that word?
I don't know. I think the next column is yours to introduce.
Okay. So this next one is yellow.
You need to give the name.
I know.
Okay.
I was just making fun of myself from last year.
Yep. I picked up on that.
This one is called Maize. M-A-I-Z-E.
Like corn.
Yeah, like the corn. I don't know. It's matte. It's yellow.
It's yellow.
It's like cornfield yellow. It's
warm yellow or cool yellow?
It's warm, I'd say.
Yeah, I'd say. No, it's more on the cool side. It's pretty neutral. It's not your fault for like not being able to describe it. I'd say it's more neutral than like a more orangey yellow. You chipped one of mine.
Yes, I apologize.
Thank you.
But then who would swatch for you?
You can swatch it in your corpse. Welcome to my sense of humor.
What's wrong?
You're making my eyeshadows moist.
I'm not making your eyeshadows moist.
Okay, so actually, instead of pushing it, start from the other side and pull it towards you. But get some more.
horrible. Who are you?
There you go. Much better.
Third time's the charm.
This comes up really orange on me, which is interesting. Time to clean. I have not used any of these on my eye yet. I've waited for you.
You're welcome editing, Gina.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Waiting. Also, how are you doing? You should sleep. Don't stay up too late editing this. For our next eyeshadow, we have Klondike Gold Rush. It looks a little more bronzy than gold to me, but it's kind of got a little bit of a gold in there. What do you think?
I would say I'd say it's an earth tone gold, but that's very light. Mm-hmm. So it's like if you took like a true gold and lightened it a bunch, that's what that is.
Oh.
See? Much better. It's kind of like my skin tone, but shiny.
But shiny.
Mm-hmm.
So Gina is a Klondike Gold Rush.
Yeah. Well.
This is what we learned today. Alright. Ready for next one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So after Klondike Gold Rush, we have Soul, like the star up above us right now. It's kind of similar to Klondike Gold Rush, but a bit goldy-lier.
It also has a green reflect. So here are the two together, and then if we shift them, one has more of a green reflect than the other. Mm. So I would say Soul has a little bit more of a green shift to, or it has a green shift, but it also has a more green undertone. But they are very similar. I would not say that you would need both of them. I just really like gold. We didn't cover this the last time. Last time it was that I really liked green, but I also really like gold.
This is great because it's got both green and gold.
Mm-hmm.
And like it's shifted across.
Mm-hmm.
It's... So this is what you're going to wear if you're going for like Mr. Gold from...
Nobody's going to get that joke, sweetheart. So I'm going to show you my hand like flat. Hopefully it'll show the shift from like an orange to a green, which is cool. I'd say it's a duochrome as well.
Okay.
It's shifty. I like looking at it.
And that was Soul right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the last one in this row, we're going to a bit more silvery. We've got Elixir. And it's a bit more silvery than the others. And what exactly is this effect of this elixir? What do you think? Because, you know, once you drink it and some kind of magical effect happens.
It puts silver on your eyes.
Oh, that's a...
Oh, that's interesting. It's kind of got a gold shift to it.
Huh. That's interesting.
Hopefully the differences between those three are coming up on camera. I'm really afraid that I, in particular, am a little overexposed and like the shine of it is a bit. All right, I'm up next. The eyeshadow that Imani abused is Sublimate, which if you didn't know, sublimate means to go immediately from a solid state to a gaseous state. Without going through water. So for example, if you had ice and it immediately went from solid ice to water vapor. This is really sheer, but it looks good on, maybe it's just me. Don't rub it that way. You're gonna take stuff off. Just do the one.
Well, it didn't look like there was, okay. I was just like, there wasn't enough, so I was like going back.
Mm. I just, because the moisture in your hand creates so much friction, for you I wouldn't. If you want to double it up, just go here and then pick it up and come back.
Okay. Swatch party and swatch lessons.
Always. Always teaching. Always be teaching. Time to clean. Next is climate change. This is part of a lot of these are, so I bought a bunch of cross bundles. I didn't buy like a complete bundle, but this is part of the, I think 66.5 degrees north bundle, which is inspired by Canada, which is where Clionadh is based. I'm sorry, I didn't describe the color. It's a really it's a pastel, vibrant light green shimmer, and Sublimate is very similar except a little lighter, and it's matte.
I'm just doing that all the time. I did not realize how much I was making sound effects until you pointed it out.
Oh, I've realized. Next is Gecko's Tail, which similarly to Climate Change is a light, bright green that's a little bit more yellow, but Climate Change is a bit softer. And I think Gecko's Tail has a bit of a gold reflect in it as well.
This is where I'm supposed to make a joke about Gecko's Tail not killing us, right?
No, don't worry, it's fine. So you hopefully can see
Whoa.
that gold shift. And it's a bit more vibrant than Gecko's Tail as well.
Then
Do you like it?
did Climate Change, you mean?
No, Gecko's Tail. Oh, wait. Sorry. Yes, Climate Change, you're right. Thank you. Next is Tree Line. Again, from that 66.5 Degrees North bundle. This is more muted pine green, which is a shimmer.
So, which of these colors do you think would be best for a Poison Ivy costume?
These are all pretty soft for Poison Ivy. You probably want more from the last set we did.
Okay.
But yeah, for Poison Ivy, I'd go a lot more saturated, a lot more vibrant than what we've got here. These are all very soft colors. So, Imani, I want you to watch me pick this up, okay? Oh, well. The shift this is a duochrome, and the shift is very strong. And when it's laying flat, it looks very red, and then when you pick it up, it looks green. And I thought Imani was going to freak out, but they didn't. So. This is Toadstool. This is from the Harvest Moon bundle, and as I was just saying, it is a very strong red to green duochrome, which I think is so cool.
I'm sorry, I was watching your hands as you did it.
Oh. Well, I failed.
I thought you were like, this is how you don't chip my... So I thought you were
That's
going with
definitely
it.
something I would have done. Yeah. So like look at it in the mirror back there, and then like turn your hand to look at you.
Witchcraft.
Wait till we get to the multichrome. You're gonna flip your shit. I really like this. This is so cool, and I don't have anything like it.
What's this one called?
Toadstool.
Toadstool.
You're up next. Well, let's do some cleaning.
Let's do some cleaning. So all we really need to take care of climate change is a little bit of rubbing alcohol.
This is my life.
Constantly. Isn't she so lucky?
Yeah, I'm ready for it.
Get
Not
this.
my eyeshadow.
I am being very careful.
Thank you.
Intentionally.
Thank you.
Okay.
Very important to me.
What is that sound?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Almost as important to me as you are.
Oh. No, that means a lot.
You are more important to me than eyeshadow. I promise.
Okay.
It's just a very, very small gap.
You
Can announce the freaking shadow.
Up next, Orb. A green shimmer of I don't know.
It's green.
It's green, it's shimmery, it's kind of
Let's do this. So mass tone mass tone will be like red, orange, yellow, green, blue. So mass tone is green. Warm or cool?
That's what I was looking at it and trying to decide.
If you imagine like the perfect green, like the perfect neutral green.
Super green.
Is this more blue than that or more yellow than that?
See, I probably would say more blue, but it still feels warm looking at it.
Why don't you want to call it cool?
That just doesn't... This is gonna make Gina flip, but it doesn't feel right.
That doesn't make me feel right. Your feelings are wrong. It's a cool tone green. Isn't it wonderful to be married to me?
Anyway, this is a green, cool tone, what was the last thing? Shimmer. And it's called Orb. So I'm guessing this is what you're going to use if you're doing any kind of eyeshadow-based divination, so you can see what's going on in the future in your orb.
Interestingly, I'm pretty sure this is from a collection called Witchcraft versus Alchemy.
It seemed to be a theme going with like Salamander, Prophecy, like...
Yeah, those are from that set.
It threw me off when we switched from Salamander and Prophecy to like Climate Change. Although Climate Change and Prophecy kind of, you could, you know, combine those together. But like, then you have, what was the other one? Tree
line.
Tree line.
Yeah.
That doesn't... Although when the tree line rises, it's like the Oh, not the tree line. You know what prophecy I'm talking about, right?
When the Woods of Dunsinane or whatever. We're all about Macbeth and Swatch parties, apparently.
Oh yeah, because last time it was like out, dance prom.
What the fuck? We need to call David in here. Like, what's the name of that? The Woods... Dunsinane, Dun something.
If you know the name of the woods we're talking about, please leave a comment below and let us know.
We're talking about the prophecy about Macbeth in Macbeth. It's like, you will be king of the Danes until the woods come. Oh, it's the woods come to whatever the fuck the name of the kingdom is.
Gotcha.
I had this memorized at some point in my life. Anyway, here's the swatch.
Our next shadow is a cool green shimmer. It's darker than Orb, and this one is called Morgana, like Morgana Le Fay. So, yeah.
Yeah. Poor Imani, we lost a little bit of footage, so this is the second time we've done this one, and they lost all their jokes, which just makes me so sad.
And the next one is this is a dark desaturated green, very cool, also shimmery. This one is called Vortex. So
don't worry, their jokes will come back soon. We only missed a couple.
They were all swallowed up in the vortex.
There you go. See, I knew you could do it.
I wasn't going to do anything, but you were like egging me on to make a joke, so I felt like I had to now.
Egging you on is a little strong. There are no eggs in here. Next we have Alpine, which is a warm teal with a little bit of a gold shift to it, which is also a shimmer.
Alright. Pull.
I definitely went hard into like the soft, cool tones for Clionadh. It's what they do very well. Next is Clairvoyance, which is it's another teal. It's a little bit lighter and also has a bit of a yellow gold reflect in it. It's not, actually that's kind of difficult to say. I don't know if I would say that it has a gold reflect to it. I think that might just be the yellow aspect of the teal. I don't know.
Is it hard to see clearly? That means yes. That means I kill you.
Yes, that is exactly what that means. 12 years together and you finally figured that one out.
What do you mean finally?
Next, we have Iceberg, which is very much in that family of teals, like warm teals that we were just doing, but it's a bit lighter. This one is a lot more like strong and opaque. Whoa. Yeah, that's a lot of opacity to it.
Boom. That doesn't count as a sound effect. My real job here is to make sure as many shots as possible have Gina smiling in them.
Next is Ice Algae, which is actually really interesting. It's a matte, but it has like a sheen to it, like a shimmery sheen that is a little bit blue. I don't know if it's...
I'm just looking at it.
Well, can you look at it when I'm not trying to show them? You're kind of distracting.
No.
You're like peeking up over the behind of the eyeshadow. Let me see. I don't know if it really comes up, but maybe it'll come up in swatches.
Let's find out.
Sometimes mattes will have a sheen to them that's just like the binding agent, and when you put them on your hands, poor Imani. Let me get that. I'm gonna swatch this one for Imani. And when you put them on your hands, they not your hands, on your eyes. Goodness, they.
Or your hands.
They just look straight matte, and that seems to be the case here because I don't see any of that shimmer. All right, next is another one that I really like, which is Wormwood. It is I believe this is a duochrome of some kind, but it's a dark forest green shimmer with some kind of duochrome action, maybe.
Duochrome. It's got some kind of shimmy.
Yeah. I think it just has a red or purple base, and that's what it is. It's very shiny and I like it. But if you can see like around the edges of my swatch, you can see the red base. Can you see yours and yours?
Nah.
No? Oh, I guess it's got like a bit of a purple shift to it, like if you look at it like this way. All right. Oh, your next column is you?
Next column is me.
At the end of the video, I'm going to ask you to pick 3 favorites, so just be ready.
Oh no.
Decisions.
I know. Can't they all be my favorites?
No.
I don't want to hurt any of the eyeshadow's feelings.
They're inanimate objects.
And this next shadow is a warmish blue with a shimmer. Mm-hmm. And it has, ironically, it is named Arctic Circle, despite being warm, a warmer blue. So maybe it's just Arctic Circle.
That's not super ironic.
You see, the joke is that the ice caps are melting.
Ice caps melting, meteors becoming crashed into us. But if none of that happens, we're just going to blow ourselves up.
This is another blue. It's starting to get into the cool zone.
Is that like AutoZone?
I was just thinking it, but I didn't want to make a joke. But you made it for me. I'm teaching you so well.
Oh, great.
And it's also shimmery, like almost all of these. This one is called Cryosphere.
This one's pretty thin. Some of these are more tightly pressed than others, I will say. So it's something to watch out for. Just
I like that.
Like slight difficulty in getting them up. You like that one?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, on this side, so like when you turn this way a little bit, I can see like a more warm teal, and then over here it's a little purple, so it might be a little shifty.
Yes. The eyeshadows are pretty.
Pick the next shadow.
If you don't see me in any more videos, it's because I was just saying they wanted to do the next one.
Then do the next one.
Please don't hate me. This one is a little bit more desaturated than the other blues. Still on the cool side, not super cool. On the cool, it is also a blue. And this one is called Arctic Fox. Sort of like the cute little Arctic fox in the game Never Alone. Check it out.
Don't shill things on my channel. This is definitely getting into more of a white territory, but... Next we have Tundra, which is a neutral light blue, and this is a matte. The way these mattes feel as as opposed to like other mattes that I've tried is really interesting. They're very like silky. But the color payoff, like the opacity isn't quite there. Like the Sydney Gray shadows, almost all of them were completely opaque, but these are much more sheer. I'm gonna swatch this for Imani. I mean, for both of us, it makes a difference, but because like it really dulls out the color because our skin is showing through. But for Imani, it's a lot more of a pronounced difference because their skin is darker. Just something to keep in mind. But at the same time, I feel like I swatched this on the day that I got it, and I don't remember it being that sheer, so I'm not really sure. Clionadh is more well known for their shimmer formula anyway, so that's part of the reason why I didn't pick up as many mattes. Next is Snowdrift. This is another neutral blue. I was stumbling over this because I thought it had a reflect and I was trying to see what it was, but I don't see it. But it's an icy warm blue. And just to touch,
oh,
no, go ahead.
It's got a shift.
Yeah, it does. You're right, it does. I can see it from this side. To touch back on the matte thing again a bit, swatches only tell you so much about a shadow. You should withhold judgment until you see them used on the eye, and in particular like over primer, since most people use a primer anyway. A lot of the time when there's a primer involved, there's a bit of a stick to the primer that allows the shadow to adhere a little better and helps it come to opacity when just a finger swatch won't get it there. The next column is yours, Victor.
All right. So our next shadow is a dark blue, darkish. It is a colder blue, shimmery, and this one is called Ursa. So for all you bears out there, this is the shadow for you.
Ursa is the Latin word for bear, if you didn't know. I will add to Imani's description that it is a shimmer, but it also has a glitter in it. It has like a gold glitter.
Oh, look at that. Ursa, rar.
This is crystalline. So the column that we have here is what I would call like cool purples, like cool tone purples. And this definitely fits that bill, but it's definitely could also be described as blue. But as you hopefully can see as I move it around, it has a purple shift. A lot of these have shifts to them, but they're pretty subtle, which I like. I think that's really cool. Just because I'm not subtle in my makeup does not necessarily mean that I don't appreciate subtle in an eyeshadow. And then the last one in the cool purples is Calx, which is another cool tone purple, but it has a bit of a warmer shift to it.
Calx, that's a weird name. Oh.
Oh yeah, look at that.
So.
Where we are, I can't. So this is one of those interesting things where it looks warmer on you than it does on me. I guess maybe it has to do with the light that you've got on you. You can see the shift of both this one and this one, and it's like they trade places. This is cool and this is warm, and then this is warm and this is cool. It's neat.
Here we have Skylights. It's a very purpley purple, very, I guess, neutral purple, shimmery.
It's got a bit of glitter in it, and it has a bit of a shift to it as well. This one is not nearly as tightly pressed as some of the others, and a bunch came up. It's fine.
Our next eyeshadow is called Daydream. Sort of a lavender, very matte.
This has like that super silky texture to it. You don't have to push down too hard.
Okay, but if I don't push down too hard, it's gonna come out like butt.
Like butt?
Yes. I can't swear on your channel.
Yes, you can. When did I tell you that you couldn't swear?
Wait.
Why would I have a channel where I couldn't swear? Do you know me? How long have you
fucking swear?
Yes. I've been swearing a bunch. Show the fucking shadow. This one is a lot more opaque than the other mattes. The next one we have is Lofty, which is the warmest of our cool tone purples. And it's a shimmer. Definitely more in the lavender family, but it does have a bit of pinky red to it as well, particularly in its shift. Ready? Last column before the multichrome.
Yep, this one's yours.
Oh, it is, isn't it?
Yep.
Here we have a pretty vibrant fuchsia called Bonbon.
Shake your bonbon, shake your bonbon.
And it's a shimmer. Wow. That's really pretty.
Huh. Huh.
I was looking at this in the pan and I was like, yeah, I've had shadows like this before. It's nothing special, but it's very vibrant, which I like. And it has a slight sheen of a cooler purple, which is neat. It's kind of iridescent-ish.
Iridescent. That's a good word.
Next is Hex, which is a warmer, dusty lavender with a gold reflect. That's fucking gorgeous. Wow.
Ooh, that's that reflect you mentioned.
Mm-hmm. Last but not least of the regular shadows is Fog. This is very difficult to describe. I would say it has a blue base with a very strong gold shift to it, but the blue base is pretty desaturated.
So why did this one get put in the purple row instead of the blue row?
I'm not sure. Probably because it's so gray. Like the base is so gray.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times I'll mix my grays and my purples together.
Gotcha.
Last, but certainly not least, is Castle. This is a multichrome eyeshadow. Now there is a great deal to be said about multichromes, which I'm not going to say here. It is my intent to do a multichrome series on my channel because I actually have a lot of them. And so we're just going to swatch this today and see how it works. So go in very lightly.
Mm-hmm. So is there a multichrome that you would suggest as like somebody's first multichrome? So many colors, so many possibilities. It's an infinity stone.
They are really cool. I really like them. As far as like a first multichrome, it really depends on what the person is interested in.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that these are probably the ones with the best finish and the best, like, easiest to work with that I have ever used. They're wonderful. They're great. But multichromes in general are not like beginner shadows by any stretch of the imagination. And so if someone's looking to get into multichromes, this is probably the best introduction. They're pressed, whereas most other multichromes, with the exception of a couple, are loose pigments. They are a lot more vibrant, so that like people who are like really into them for like the color statement can get that as well, and all of that good stuff. So I would suggest the Clionadh multichromes for someone's first, and to be honest, I would suggest them for like anybody's multichrome because they are the best ones I've tried so far. But at the same time, I've only tried one. So those are all the shades that I have from Clionadh. I'm very happy with them. Like I said, some of the mattes are more sheer than I would like, but Again, I haven't really used them with a brush. I really haven't used them on my eyes, so take all of that with a grain of salt. Swatches are somewhat limited in what they can tell you about a shade. And now we're going to see if Imani is ready to talk about 3 of their favorites from this.
Well, out of all of them or just these? Can I pick this one?
Yes, you can pick
okay.
the multichrome as one of your favorites.
I really like Castle, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Castle?
If you drop it, I will.
I will not drop your Castle.
It's a $20 eyeshadow.
Castle is really cool. I like the multichrome. I like all the shifting and phasing and color differences of all of that sort. Of the greens,
Of just the greens?
yes. I have to bring this up. I can't.
Okay, I will.
I have to bring this up in the category so the others don't feel left out. I think this one. What was this one's name again? Morgana. I like. I'm torn between Skylights and I'm going to say Toadstool for.
Toadstool's that red to green, really strong duochrome. It's a good pick.
An honorable mention goes to Skylights.
For me, I think my favorites are gonna be Daydream, that matte lavender. Oh my sweet Jesus, that's fucking beautiful. Then Wormwood, the dark, shifty, super metallic green. And Fog. This is such a cool, interesting shadow. That dusty blue base with the gold shift. Oh, it's gorgeous. What did you think about everything in general?
There's also shimmers. I like that. I like shimmering, shining things. You could just call me a magpie or something. I don't know. Yeah, this is all fun. I like the duochromes. I like all the shifting and phasic things. I don't like mattes. They don't like me. I try to put them on and they're like, we don't want to go. Fuck you. And
they apply just fine on your eyes.
Well, I don't know. They don't like me, and if they want to say fuck you to me, I'm just going to say fuck you right back. So
that's a great life philosophy.
I like the names. Fun names, fun colors, fun shifts, fun cubed.
Yeah, I agree. I really like the duochromes. I think those are really cool, and I'm really excited to play with them a lot more. And I absolutely will order more from Clionadh in the future. They're currently experiencing a ton of growth, so it actually took about 6 weeks for my order to get here, which I was fully prepared for. And I would just say, like, if you want to make an order anytime in the next couple of months, be prepared for a long wait time. But it's absolutely worth it, particularly I think if you're ordering the stained glass collection, because again, one of the best multichromes I've ever used, if not the best. So 100%.
Also, stained glass is just cool in general, so.
Correct. Okay, I think that's all we have to say on this. Thank you for watching. We really appreciate it. Thank you to Imani again for coming on the channel. Really appreciate it. I have a lot of fun swatching with you. They probably won't be back for a little while, at least for a swatch party, because I'm probably going to be taking a break on purchasing eyeshadow, at least until the holidays. That's the only time frame I can commit to. Just because as we've seen, I've had a lot recently, and I want to take time to get to know it and play with it and all of that good stuff. So we've had a couple uploads pretty close together with Imani, and it's gonna be a while before we see them again.
I'll be back eventually though.
Yeah, because I can't stop ordering eyeshadow. So if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, leave us a comment down below, and let us know if you have tried any of Clionadh's shadows and what you think of them. I'd love to hear it. If you like me and my flowing red hair, please subscribe to the channel. I upload on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Typically, it's just me. You can find me on the internet at Faces by Gina. I have an Instagram and a Facebook where I upload every single day. I hope that you're having a great day no matter where you are, and I think Imani does too.
Mm-hmm.
Please remember to think deeply and critically engage the world around you as you're being good to yourself and good to other people. I'll see you out there on the internet.
Bye.